just hydrating. Just that's all I'm doing is just hydrating. So, hello everybody. It is Monday, July 27th. Can you believe that the next broadcast will be in August already? Isn't that crazy? Anyways, it's 12:30 and you and I have an appointment because I'm always on time for my appointments, which means it's time for Discuss It with Drake, right? So as remember, just like I always tell you, if you miss a live broadcast, just go to YouTube. Please, actually, I'm asking you, please go to YouTube and look up Drake's Real Estate TV and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. So today's topic should hopefully be a fun one. We're actually going to talk about the realities that you will face buying an as-is property. Now, keep in mind, all homes are sold as is, or they like to think so, but there's always ways around that. So I want to take a survey. So who here has seen the movie The Money Pit? Yes? No? My guess is if you haven't seen it, it's probably because you're a millennial. So you should rent it as quickly as possible. So if you're actually thinking about buying a fixer-upper, hey Bill, how's it going? If you're thinking about buying a fixer-upper, thanks to our pals at HGTV, you also might want to check out a special loan. It's an FHA loan. It's called a 203K, where you can actually build in some of those repair costs into the loan. But there are some stipulations, okay? Or just make sure that you've got a boatload of cash or credit handy. So on that note, I've got 9 realities for you, and let's knock them out, okay? Reality number 1, expect trouble. Trust me, for all you newbie investors or those of you that have watched too many HGTV episodes, buyer beware has never been more crucial. And there are endless scenarios of why the home is truly sold as is. So get familiar with the phrase deferred maintenance. I use it all the time when I'm walking through a home that you can just tell has been lived in for quite some time. And, you know, it might be clean, it might be dated, but there are definite signs that you can see like, oh, they haven't done anything with this. Okay, so buyer beware, okay? Reality number 2, you need to make sure that you're lining up proper information resources in advance, okay? So true bargains, they're so rare, and a buyer, you know, usually they must act fast, but acting fast without solid information is a top shortcut to disaster, okay? You definitely want to avoid that. You need to have various inspectors standing by to evaluate structures on short notice, and contractors who can actually provide solid estimates on needed repairs quickly to allow you to act fast with a clear picture on what fixes you might want to be doing, okay? But you got to have them ahead of time. And, you know, as of today, a common response that I'm getting when people want to get these estimates is, I'm telling you, it's happened so many times, is I'm too busy. Okay, I don't have time to stop by for estimates. They just don't like doing it. So if you've got someone in your back pocket, I would keep them in your back pocket because a lot of people just won't come out because it's a waste of time for them. So just be forewarned. Again, inspectors cannot open walls, so even the best inspections are not going to find the hidden issues behind the walls. Okay, it does happen. And that's what contingency funds are for. So remember that boatload of money that I was talking about earlier? Yeah, that's what that's for. So reality number 3. Hi, Dawn. How's it going? Money talks. So ideally, your bargain hunting buyers will have cash, you know, to entice the sellers with quick, almost guaranteed closings. But if you're going to be carrying a loan, it does significantly add to your costs at times, and they must be covered before a flip actually becomes even remotely profitable. So you might want to remind yourself that time is money. And remember, the first offer does not always get the reward of having their offer accepted. In most cases, they're waiting for multiple offers. My last client had 32 offers in on the house. It was great. Not to worry about that because I've got some great lenders that I work with. So just give me a shout out if you're in need of that. Reality number 4, Location, location, location. Yes, you know what? The neighborhood and its closeness to the town, shopping, the schools, transportation amenities, all the stuff is still very, very important factors in selecting your property. However, other specifics are crucial too. So if you plan on making alterations to the home, you want to make sure that the property zoning is going to allow it. Okay, is there an HOA? Okay, HOAs can be good and they can be bad. Okay, it's a 50-50 shot there. Are you aware of any other special tax assessments or historic districts affecting the property? Okay, so a lot of times you have to abide by what the historical society of that neighborhood will allow you to do. So keep that in mind. Can you verify that the property is not in a flood zone? Okay, or maybe an industrial area. And if it's out of a sewer district, okay, so that could be meaning that you have to deal with a septic tank. So now you're gonna have to have a septic inspection, okay? And you thought it was easy being me, right? Being a realtor, oh, I can do it on my own. Well, a costly mistake. Don't make it, you've got me. So reality number 5, we just call this one Hope for Paradise, but prepare for a jungle. Especially today, COVID-19 has ushered in a bunch of new standards for personal protective steps, even just at real estate showings, okay? But in addition to covering yourselves with a mask and gloves and booties and hand sanitizer, buyers that are buying as is properties should also dress properly after you're in the house, okay? Because you'll just want to make sure that you're not doing things in flip-flops, shorts, stuff like that. Sturdy clothing, gloves, and flat shoes and boots, pretty smart, okay? You also might want to think about getting your tetanus shot updated because that hidden nail can be a bit. Reality number 6. Be ready to fix whatever that nasty smell is. And I'm going to tell you a story in just a short time. And it's just making me a gag thinking about it. So, many of the as-is listings that you're going to visit are going to have a funky odor. The best case is the house is going to smell like it's been closed up for decades. Worst case, the odor is going to be a mix of, let's say, dry rot, termites, cigarette smoke, animals. Well, let me tell you, garbage and poop are the least of your worries. Okay, water damage, of course, can be fixed, but the source of the water can be expensive to find and fix. And the smell of rotting wood, that can linger too. So, hi Janine, how's the island home? Anyways, tobacco smoke that leaves a nasty yellow beige film of tartar nicotine on every surface. It can be clean, but it's going to be a lot of elbow grease, of course. That's got to be done before painting, because otherwise it's gonna come on through. Termite infestations, they can be expensive to stop, and of course you can have some repair costs in there. However, cat urine is in a class all by yourself, and you should be prepared to tear out and replace urine-soaked walls, floors to get rid of the smell. So let me tell you about my worst experience in 20 years, okay? Picture this, Long Beach, 2000, condo by the beach. I walk in, or I knock on the door to preview a condo for a client. This is back in the days when we actually had time to preview. And the owner is there, and I'm aware of that. She opens the door, and as she opens the door, this invisible cloud of odor comes out. Anna's already upset by this. Anyways, this invisible odor cloud hits me, and I start gagging. And I cannot stop gagging because the smell is so bad. It's like she had her doors and windows in years, and the smell of cat urine was just so gross, I couldn't even go in. So anyways, yeah, bad. Okay, so reality number 7, try and chase down the reasons. And what I mean by that is, so like in addition to dry rot and termite damage, the foundation of a house can actually be weakened by previous ill-advised remodels. Perhaps a fire, a flood, earthquake damage, all that could have undermined the structure. So you want to, if you're sensing anything like maybe the floors are bouncy, tilted, slanting, your inspectors should be on the lookout for those reasons. That means they definitely need to be going into the house, okay? Reality number 8, we're almost done. Look up, look down, look all around, okay? Like when you were learning to cross the street, they always told you to look left, look right, and then look left again, right? You got to make sure you guys are looking all the way around. Okay, so people are going to notice odors right away, but then their focus is going to shift to what they can see on the surface, you know, and maybe below. But you got to look up, okay? Holes in the roof rarely provide sky views, although I have seen the sky from inside before. That place was in shambles. But water falling through holes in the roof does visibly. Roof leaks are almost impossible. Water normally leaves clues. So looking up outside also may suggest a to-do list for an arborist. Okay, you got to watch those trees because landscaping fixes can be just as critical at obtaining estimates for other remodeling projects. Get rid of the ficus tree. Lastly, number 9, home inspections. Yes, they cost a little bit of money, but they can save you a fortune, okay? They cost a few $100s. It's not that bad, and I love the inspection company that I use. A shout out to Elite Group. Hey, Josh, how's it going? These guys are amazing. They've got a huge team. So this is something that you definitely don't want to do. You know, oh, I can expect it myself. As is prices probably mean that the repair costs are going to be negotiated, okay? Because you're already getting it at a low selling price. So this inspection is so vital that if you actually choose to skip it, I actually have to have you sign a waiver so that you don't get mad at me later down the road when you find something, okay? It's that important. So remember that movie that I mentioned earlier, The Money Pit? Well, that movie was a comedy, but in real life, not so much. So make sure that you are not the actors in a real-time remake. You'll thank me later. So that's all I have today. Just want to thank HGTV for providing a lot of that information today. I hope you found it helpful. If you'd like a copy of it, just let me know and I'll get that off to you. So please don't keep me secret. As you know, I always try to come from contribution, and please be kind to one another. Okay, don't forget to live, laugh, and love. And until next week when the next movement. All right, see you later, guys. Take care.